This is the United States Coast Guard cutter Wire. Today I'll be spending a few hours with the crew of the Wire to learn more about her operation. But before getting underway, her crew of 6 go over a few items, including the weather conditions and ship activity on the river.
Check out the ice conditions, and there is some vessels transiting, so if they need assistance, we'll be there.
It doesn't take long before we're on our way, headed north on the Hudson River.
With the changing of the tide, depending on the wind and the tides, the ice will flow downriver, and a choke point is usually an area where the river narrows and the ice can't flow freely, so it begins stacking up on top of each other, and then it freezes and essentially becomes like concrete. And Silver Point is one of those choke points, and the other day it just happened to be, you know, a convoy of tug and barges were northbound, and if the lead tug and barge gets stuck in it, the barges immediately behind him won't have a place to go. So essentially all of those tugs will be stuck sitting there waiting for the first guy to try and get out. Ice breaking is our primary mission, and this is the prime time of the year. We started beginning of January. We started getting ice, and we've been working ever since. We need to keep the flow of commercial barges moving uninterrupted. They got to be able to make it to their ports up in Albany and Rensselaer.
What's some of the cargo? Why is that important?
Most of it is home heating oil. That needs to be available for all the people that live up there.
So how does the Wire keep the channel open?
The wake that we produce will travel and get under the ice around us, so that as we're moving, you know, we can come over top of it, break it, and push and clear it right out of our way. If the ice is drifting like it is now, our wake isn't as beneficial as if it was fast ice, you know, where if ice was shore to shore. The one thing that you do have to consider with that, though, is if the ice, or when the ice is fast, and people decide they want to go out ice fishing, we have to make sure that we don't create a big wake, because we don't want to break the ice away from the shore.
The cutter Wire is moving at around 10 knots today. With so much ice on the river, how does the Wire navigate the Hudson?
We use our navigation system right here on the screen, and we also do half-hour fixes on the paper charts.
This is us, right there. Center channel. We have a dotted line that we follow. We'll put it right through the navigable channel and make sure that we clear out the center of the channel for the barges to make it through.
There is buoys in place. Sometimes they get trapped under the ice, but one of our jobs is to make sure that we give our best efforts to pop those buoys free, and so that the mariners can use them.
We have approximately 90 miles of river. We have other assets that also assist in breaking ice, but basically we get underway from our home port of Saugerties here, and we break tracks. Some days we'll decide to go north depending on where the buildup is. We may run north, Albany. If the ice is building up south, then we'll run south and just make sure there's a track open for the tugboats and barges to make it through. If someone calls and says they're stuck, we'll respond and make sure that we break them out. In addition, if a port is iced in and the barges can't make it to offload or onload their product, we will go and break out that port. We will operate in ice a foot thick without any problems. Once we get into ice anywhere from 2 to 3 feet thick, we start to, it impacts our cutter Wire, quite significantly. And that's when we call the bigger icebreakers, the 140s, come up, and basically they'll cut a track and we'll just help them groom it. But they'll get through the initial big stuff. You know, even though it's not built up real high and it's not going to stay permanent. You can see the path that we made through the ice. It just kind of shifted everything out of the way and cleared the channel up. And once the ice gets thicker, that will be an established track and it'll be permanent.
Now, what did we just see there on the ice floe there? What was it?
That was our country's bird, the American eagle, bald eagle. It's
So
beautiful.
You see a lot of them on the Hudson?
We see a lot of bald eagles on the Hudson River. It is truly majestic.
On the frozen Hudson River with the Cutter Wire and her crew, I'm photojournalist Bob Sheenice.